Hello, Recommend87 and welcome back to Combat Mission Red Thunder. We are advancing across the frozen plains of Hungary and doing our best to knock out some German armour. And indeed, the German army is 3 Panzer IVs lighter than it was when we started this scenario. And we haven't lost a single Russian, which is unusual. Well, not unusual if I don't lose Russians, because I don't tend to play them, but unusual if I've not taken a single casualty. It's pretty good for my going. Okay, so what's the plan for where we currently are? Well, we are going to keep kind of sweeping up this left-hand side as we have been. We know there's some infantry in amongst the vineyards, so we're going to do our best to clear those out. While we kind of get our Su-100s into a bit of a kind of flanking position up on this side. We do know there's one German Panzer in the trees around there we'll have to take care of, and be careful not to offer him a flanking shot. There is also a half-track with an MG kicking about somewhere, but it looks like they may have pulled it back slightly, so we're doing our best to see if we can't find that as well. In the meantime, we're bringing up our I suppose, the bulk of our infantry forces, just advancing slowly. Haven't really needed to use them yet. And then the right-hand flank, we're just doing some scouting. I did make one slight change, and that is I'm going to grab these this platoon and the HQ unit of tank destroyers, and I'm actually going to ship them out to the right-hand flank, and I'm going to have them push up and engage this panzer in the trees. We have seen that actually we're pretty good in a frontal assault. Our angled armour at the front does wonders against the 75mm rounds, so it should be reasonable if we can put a number of our tank destroyers in range and take it on for kind of frontally. It should go okay. I can probably also advance with this chap. This is my regiment HQ, so I don't want to get him into too much trouble, but he's not doing a whole lot back here. But maybe I'll hold that one minute. Let's, just kick the go button. We'll refresh ourselves with what's going on. Although I think this minute's may be fairly quiet all in. Keep expecting there to be some kind of surprise, because to be honest, resistance has felt pretty light. We've not seen huge numbers of German forces, and I was expecting a lot more kind of infantry and AT guns and all sorts kind of dug in around the objectives, but yeah, we really just haven't seen it. Now hopefully once I get some of these infantry to kind of pop out on the edge of the woods, we might get a little bit better sight, although I'm a little bit wary of them stumbling across that half track. Because that wouldn't go particularly well for them. Yeah, it's a fairly quiet affair at the minute. Ideally, I want to get some eyes from back here onto the top of this hill, just so we get a confirmation of where those German infantry are. Although we can potentially, we could try and do a little bit of flanking with our scouts. I don't want to get them into too much difficulty. And there's not a particularly good place for them to go, to be honest. I might just hold them there for just now. Oh, I tell you exactly what we could do for that. We could bring our armoured car in support. So let's move our Su-100 up to the crest here. Being fairly bold with this positioning now. This is our Duff one, which we might use as a decoy at some point. And yeah, let's bring the armoured car in to support these scouts in clearing out whatever troops happen to be along that hedgerow. Excellent. I'm even tempted maybe to get these guys to ride on again, but we'll leave them there for just now. Everyone else advancing. And you didn't reverse it, right? I'll get you to go first, or second I should say. And we're just starting to break them out to that flank. I'll worry about exactly where they need to go in a few moments. Just make sure you don't get in each other's way. Oh. There's the half track. Hopefully these guys just get their heads down. And they do. Oh, we spot another tank over there. And what we have to be wary of is getting ourselves flanked, because that's when things would go pretty south for us. Hopefully he can rake along this hedgerow if there's any Germans. I don't know how good the spotting ability of this armoured car is. I'd like to think it was okay, but hopes and dreams. I think that was just a secondary explosion. Or perhaps not. Right, let's check two very quick things. Firstly, what is this position of this half-track? Okay, so pulled back but still facing forward, no problem. Where can one get some good eyes in it? I mean, you should really be able to see it, so maybe I'll just continue to push you forward. And which direction is this fine fellow still facing? He's still facing essentially right down here. Okay. And we may look to flank him, although he will respond pretty quickly. Oh, who was catching sight of him? What was that? Oh, did you engage? Probably not. Although maybe we should actually. Where did you see it? Here? Not sure how you saw it there, but okay. I'll bite. So let's just jump to the end of phase and say, hey, actually, wouldn't you mind coming back to here? Facing off there, and seeing if you can't at least get the first shot in. Meanwhile, we can bring some supporting gentlemen around this way, who can then kind of crest this ridge if we want to then add an element of support. Although they may be a minute or so behind. I do feel I've got unusual freedom of the map at the minute. Let's not complain about those kind of things, eh? Okay, I'd like you to scoot yourself forward to essentially here, and then that should allow my scouts to come around this end, and ideally end up probably somewhere over here to get a view on the backside of it. And we'll start to push some of these troops forward. Again, leery of them just get caught out in the open, so I'll not go too far. Should probably break them down into their squads. It's a slight element of laziness creeping in there. But this is the way sometimes. And really, I just don't know where the Germans are. Okay, we want to take out this half-track. Let's do so. You advance. You advance, although I'm, again, wary of the position over there, but it seems to be okay. We'll see what we can get away with. Oh, we've got to watch we won't lose the head of our commander. Oh, potentially some infantry there. So, okay, that's good. So we did fire some rounds, so it may be that they have fallen back from its initial position. And that is a new spot. Which is... No, they have not. Indeed, I think they might have been taking pot shots at potentially this chap here. Yep. Yeah, he's lucky, or unluckily may lose his head. Did you actually get a spot? No. We may do some area fire to discourage that kind of thing. Oh, I'm gonna take some casualties. Right, first casualties. Oh, there he goes. Just from the top of the hill. Yeah, as feared. But then I didn't do huge amounts about it. Okay, and then I want to check this gentleman. Was spotted by... Okay, you guys, okay. Lurking in the woods facing down the way. Fine. Alright, a couple of things we're going to do. First off... I'm still on... In the replay, you are going to take some shots at that hedgerow. Secondly, you are going to take some shots along here as well. Just spray down the back of this hedgerow, please. And yeah, we'll keep pushing forward in these kind of flanks. I think these are... Well, this position might be a little bit iffy. We'll get you guys just to hunker down in there for just now. Meanwhile. He's in that tree line. I'm tempted to push quite aggressively forward with one of the SU-100s just into this little dip. The view of maybe taking it at that half track and getting a bit more freedom of movement for infantry on this side. I am going to get him to stick his head down, so I'm slightly worried about getting it blown off. But yeah, let's push forward. Now there's a bit of a risk with some potential infantry here. If they've got Panzerfaust, Panzerschrets, etc. I think we're going to be okay. You're moving position. Alright, good. Interestingly, you're no longer getting that spot you had last time. Oh, you haven't moved. You moved back to the right place? Yeah, okay, it's just a ground change, so zoomed out. We'll keep you there for another minute, see if you regain the spot. Otherwise, we're going to push up. Okay, you guys have got quite far. I'd like you to stick your head out this back bit here. See what you can see. Okay. Okay, excellent. Open up along there. That should cause them lots of distress. And nice SU-100 rounds from the front as well. Hoping that's just the crew, actually. I think we'll need to wait till our scouts get in position for us to see anything. I probably should give them a bit of a run command at this stage. You have made it forward. Oh, you don't have the spot. Really? Okay. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. I take it back. I accept your blindness. Your blindness, not so much. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get you to open up. I'm going to get to explicitly face that direction. And I'm going to get deeply upset if you don't spot that thing. Meanwhile, Okay, these are going to be in position towards the end of next turn, and then we should be able to advance en masse. We might not actually get in position till we're into this field, which is going to open up to 2. So that may not be something we want to do straight away. I think we're fairly safe in rolling up to this point. And you're splitting it to the right, and then I would like to push you into these woods, and we'll swing around that way, get some more eyes. Beautiful. Yeah, at this point, the only thing is probably time. Make sure we're being efficient with it. Which may mean doing a little bit of running around every now and again. You're still advancing. You guys need to keep advancing. I'll let you fire off another minute's worth of rounds. And this should be fine. You scooch forward ever so slightly. Alright, let us crack on. Oh, did you get it? No, you got it. So fickle over spots. Oh, did you just get your commander just got his head shot off? Yeah, okay. I thought they'd be suppressed. I guess that was not the case. This looks to be the crew indeed. You're not going to shoot? What's going on, gentlemen? A peculiar one indeed, okay. And somebody hit your wheels. Right. Things I want to check. Potentially from there, actually. Okay. Ah. Well, that was some... Could be potentially a grenade or... well, yeah, probably. I'd think if it was a Panzer Strike, it would have done a lot more damage. Okay. Despite I can't suppress these Germans more effectively. Okay, you do have the shot of a spot when you are reloading, so I'm assuming you fired and missed. I mean, there's a lot of trees in the way, so I'll give you that. I think that one just went high, to be honest. Doesn't look like he has noticed, though. Oh. No, he is not. That was quite a lucky fact he survived that one. Okay, well you keep hitting him, and eventually I'm sure you will dial in your range. Here we probably need to pull you back a little bit. Can you not... Like what? I genuinely don't understand why they haven't shot these guys. Definitely have line of sight. They're just kind of lying there as they need the tank crew. Let's just put them out of their misery. You're not doing very much. Let's bring you forward, which is probably going to mean going around this wall. Push through that fence, and then, do you know what? Come up. There. Assumption we're going to have cleared this out, which is maybe a strong assumption. Yeah, I want more of you, and I would like you to be quicker about it. I'm not really comfortable pushing you much further forward. You're going to run out of shells after this next one. Okay. It might be time to bring these gentlemen in from the side. Okay. Where else do we know? We know there's some panzers up in here and over there, which I'm trying to do my best to avoid. I mean, we could just go really bold and do that. It's probably going to lose me a unit. But I'm starting to feel the time pressure a scooch. Let's go with that. Meanwhile, we do need to start moving our scouts forward. You guys can make it across this field. Expecting resistance from these houses at some point, but I do need to actually identify it. And likewise, let's get these scouts moving forward as well. Okay. Oh, we have a solid spot on those Germans. I was gone again. Oh, we'll look at that shortly. But that's good. That's one more Panzer IV knocked out. Oh, hello. Okay, that's slightly precarious for this gentleman. Who can't see the half track that's sitting there? Oh, there we go. That's gonna be next time. Okay, so we've got one more tucked in here. I was facing the wrong way. Long may he continue to do so. Do want to have a look at that. Okay, what do we see of these infantry? Just that same one German with a rifle, but there's definitely more than just one German with a rifle here. Okay. Yeah, let's go back and see our SU-100. Finally dial in the range. I think it's shot 4, I think it is. Nice. Straight through, went them out. One more knocked out Panzer IV. Excellent. Which leaves 2 that we know about. One tucked in here, and a new spot at the end of this line. Ironically, it's not the tanks that give me the problem. It's a very small amount of infantry. But we're pushing forward in bigger numbers now, which should help. Alright, let's jump to the next phase. You are out of ammo, so let's cancel this. You are starting to move, which I don't actually need you to do anymore. Let's clear that. Let's have you swing out this way instead. And I think we're going to push forward with a couple more of our tank destroyers down to put a flanking position on here. I'm going to attempt to knock out that Panzer before he really knows what's going on. And I'm going to have these gentlemen both be opened up, because I think most of the threats should hopefully be dealt with by that point. Although, yeah, you've one I got your commander's head blown off, so you won't be doing that. You're moving in position there to try and help us clear at the back of that. And you are back here scouting out a whole lot of not very much. Fine. I may end up having to send a truck to pick you up and put you somewhere more useful. Let's bring it up. Okay. What to do about this problem, though? It's an infuriating one, to be sure. Maybe we have to send in this team. Do you know what, let's get our scouts a bit more exposed as well. I don't really like that idea, but there's so much... Well, it's not so much suppression. I don't understand how this is not suppressing them more, to be perfectly honest. We're just strafing along at head height. You'd think that would be pretty off-putting. Yeah, I'll leave you gentlemen there. And I shall leave you there as well. Okay. Fine. Let's go on and see if we can complete this turning moment at least. Oh, maybe someone else got the spot there. Straight through. Poor half track. That's got to be mildly terrifying. Okay, and importantly, has our grey friend here made any movements? No. And actually, we may need to come further along before we really get a sign of him, but that's okay. If we can come along 3 wide onto his flank, I dare say that's going to be a good position for us. Okay. Meanwhile, there's not very much going on here. Fine. And you guys seem to be advancing without issue. Okay. So I think... I need a battle taxi, which would be a perfect job for you with no main gun. Like to come down here. You are going to pick up one of these sets of troops, and I think you're probably going to end up picking up the other one. And I might even bring up my HQ to pick up a third. And we'll use them to ferry us probably over towards sort of a drop-off point for this attack on Slim's on the farm. The farm, we'll call it that. Meanwhile, I'd like you to open up. I'd like you to pause for maybe 20 seconds. And I'm going to have you hunt up to... There's a burning tank there, so be a little bit careful. Kind of this point where hopefully you'll have... Oh, you might need to go a bit further actually. And potentially we are opening ourselves if they've got another panzer in kind of deep cover. But we haven't had sight nor sound of it. Which guarantees nothing, of course. We did get a spot from one potentially over there, so this, again, could be a little bit of an exposed position. And speaking of which, I'm going to charge you gentlemen fairly boldly forward. Help me suss that out. Likewise here, I think. Don't see any particular threats. Let's do that. I'll mop up some of this crew. Speaking of which, you're almost in position. You're going to get yourself a little bit exposed, as are you gents. Let's get you hunting over here. Try and mop this up a little bit. May take a casualty or two, but I think we just need to get the job done. Okay. Standard kind of combination thing of start slow paced and then go, clock got me worried. Start running everyone all over the shop. Spawning. I don't know why they're not more engaging. I wonder if it's they see them, but then when they drop down to the ground they lose sight. Oh well, there we go. How to solve a problem with copious amounts of automatic fire. I don't know where you've gone or why, but okay. Okay. Joys of large volumes of yeah, SMGs. Accuracy by volume. It's these gentlemen here are the real threat. Okay, not much else happened. So you are going to start hunting along this side of the edge. You're going to come over to here. You gents are just going to... Don't want to send a hunt over. I think the problem is I'll do a hunt again, but I think what happens is if they see the German crew, they then pop down and then can't see them when they hit the deck. Yeah, I'll wait for you to get in position. You're providing a little bit of cover and spawning. That's all going well. Battle taxi is here. Oh, there's one other panzer we'd like to take care of, which we will do if we push to the end of this line. We're going to get in behind them. Meanwhile, our scouts are just walking forward, not encountering much of anything, to be perfectly honest. Somewhat peculiar. You know, never knock a gift horse and all that. Let's run this one. I think it's going to be fairly quick. I don't think these are going to get into a position where they can see the Panzer this turn. Ah, that's why you covered up. Your commander got shot at. Oh! First armoured loss. Alright, we're going to see where that came from. And we finally have got a proper spot on this infantry. Okay, a couple of things to check out there. You. Lower left hull. Oh, that's not good. There may be a Panzer of some description back here. Surprised number of infantry have got a bit of a spot on it though. These guys are somewhat exposed. Okay. Meanwhile, okay, you guys seem to be taking care of infantry, although there's not that many bodies around, to be honest. Okay. Oh, and you actually took some losses here. Let's continue to hunt up. Let's continue. Why? You guys just aren't moving. I would really love it if you were to assist. You guys seem to be doing okay sweeping the back. That's fine. And I think we're now in a position we can advance with some of these troops as well to support. I mean, we're the Soviets. We have numbers. We shouldn't worry too much about it, but I always do. So if there is something back here, and I suppose let's get a little forward actually. What I would maybe get you to do, so how far of a dip is he right there? Oh, this does not make me particularly comfortable. See if you can set your commander out again. Let's just get forward, knock this thing out, and find a hole to dive into while we recover. Let's push you up front on, see if we can get maybe a bit more information on what that is. I'm worried we're going to start lose these other two SU-100s. Alright, you guys mount up. And you're going to mount up onto this one. Okie dokie. Let's ride with this chap who's going to be opened up. He is going to advance. In fact, we should do a hunt command actually. And I'd like to think he's going to be able to see what goes on, but we shall see. Or he doesn't suddenly get blown up from the side. Poop. You spotted some crew. Okay, problem with hunt command. I mean, you dealt with them. Interesting. Okay. Any more shoes up here? Some. So you continue to advance. Got a German might be trying to bunny with the machine gun. Take him down, please. Oh, there's another, just two of them. You get the machine gunner, excellent, and then you get his mate. Good. That's a significant loss of firepower for the Germans there. No further sight nor sound of whoever it was popped a hole in that guy, though. Alright. Okay, you gents are going to become scouts. Congratulations. Beeline for those woods. I think we're just gonna probably just roll up. I have a bad feeling you're about to drive headfirst into a angry tank. But we'll see what we can get done. I'm going to put you on an open up command again, because I really think we need your eyes. Take you off your target. We'll have you move forward to support, and I'll have you guys start to sweep along a bit more in the open. You guys continue to sweep along behind. And all going well, we've kind of cleared up this little area now. Yeah, we'll get you forward, and we'll get you guys in support as well. Excellent. There may be some more holdouts at the bottom there, but that's not much of a concern. Now you guys just about made it here. Okay, so we know there's one tank there we've got to deal with, but apart from that, it's all pretty quiet. Alright, let's see if we can't pop ourselves one more Panzer. I guess he has seen us and turned. Thankfully, our armor is chunky, even if our visors are terrible. You... Oh no, you've now lost your gun. So you're just gonna sit there and take beats. What about our friend who can see? Come on, man. There's a tank firing in front of you. Come on. Okay, good response. Good response. But also, that took an awful long time. How are you? So you've lost, so two of them have now lost their guns. You are fine. Commander's got flesh wound, but apart from that, is okie dokie. And we've got another one here, which is fine. Okay, good. Aha! We found where that rounds were coming from. We can move around to, although we don't, well, I wouldn't want to leave myself too exposed to him, but he's not the be all and end all. Alright, I think that's steady progress. Again, a little bit loose. I think perhaps we have lost one of our SU-100s, another mission kill. So it's 3 out of action, but we have taken down another 3 Panzer IVs. No, just 2 Panzer IVs this episode, I think. 1, 2, plus that half track. So hopefully we've cleared most of the infantry out of the vineyards. We'll continue sweeping through there. And then we've got a few here to take care of. But yeah, the spotting on this Soviet armor leaves something to be desired. Actually, I mean, that was a fantastic spot from back here, but, you know, I know they've painted the tanks white, but still, come on. We might see if there's, I mean, it's a relatively good wooded position, but if there's a position over here, you know, in amongst this spot here, perhaps, that we could get a view in behind. We might park our remaining SU-100 there from this attack, but we do have to be wary of him. So perhaps we'll hold this position, send these 2 quite far into the left, take out this Panzer IV, and then we can have him snuggle up in, and these 2 snuggle up in here, with the view of taking out this one from the side. And then we'll have to see what's left. I suspect they're going to have one back in this tree line, given how they've defended here. So yeah, maybe we can sweep round, but I also need to get my infantry pushing in that farm sooner rather than later, because we've only got 23 minutes left on the clock. Steady progress. I'll take it for just now. Yeah, and we've got 3 here we're not really doing anything with, but which is okay. I'm okay having a bit of a reserve of tanks, armoured car vehicles. I think we'll also use them to zip this infantry division in towards the farm whenever we decide we've found a good angle of attack. I'll probably leave this platoon working on or defending this area. Okay, cool. Alright, we're going to call it there. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. As ever, leave your thoughts below. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio!